If knowledge is power, then explain these two. Here's Comic Book Man and Bo with Marvel knowledge.
Our brains are spilling over with comic book knowledge. Your brain is the mop. Marvel News, episode 82. Brushing your teeth with a chainsaw. Not recommended.
Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for Bocephus.
Marvel News.
Marvel News. And Marvel News is number 82. Marvel News number 82 is coming to you from this place, Alternate Reality, which is located, as always, at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie and the incredibly scenic and beautiful Mount Greenwood neighborhood. Alternate Reality, where all new comics, especially all these Marvel comics, are 15% off every day for everyone.
DCs, you don't discriminate.
All my new ones. And Bo, this is an all X-Men version of Marvel News, right? X-Men, yeah. X-Men. And our first story up involves Grant Morrison's character Schism. To say it like Bo would say it, Schism.
Schism. Is it schism or schism?
It's Schism.
Schism. Well, in our last update, we told
It's your mother tongue.
I don't say those words. I don't say schism. My mom told me not to say those things.
I'm on TV. I don't talk good.
The Grant Morrison
Wash
character.
your mouth out with soap.
I don't talk good.
Well, we told you. We told you in an earlier update that there would be a Grant Morrison character coming back for this event. That character's
What event? What event?
Schism.
The Schism event.
It is Quentin Quire.
Quentin Quire. Who's that?
He was a little annoying, pain in the ass mutant that popped up around the same time as Cassandra Nova did. He was just basically a mutant dick. He was not a nice guy.
A penile mutant?
He was annoying.
A penile mutant?
He was just a jerk.
A jerk.
And who he sides with will be a major part of the event. It'll split the X-Men
in thrice.
A schism.
Aren't they splitting up in threes?
Two.
I thought it was threes.
Two.
Three. Well,
Two.
the Pfizer's split in three. And
That was just Greg Land being cool with his article.
oh, is that what it was?
Because, as our next story says,
I hear that X-Men Schism is going to lead into not one, but two brand new titles.
Wolverine and the X-Men from Jason Aaron and Chris Bacalo.
Yet another Wolverine title.
And Uncanny X-Men from Kieran Gillen, Greg Lynn, and Carlos Pacheco. The run of Uncanny X-Men is going on right now. That book will end. They're starting over with number 1.
In September, with the rest of DC's number ones.
Oh, Marvel's talk about the DC. Marvel's having a lot of fun in the new catalog which comes out. Every book, every drawing of every cover has a little thing in it saying, still number 327, still number 204. So they just make it fun.
Yeah, Marvel shouldn't talk. They have new number ones coming up every other month with all their titles.
Yeah, but at least they didn't chuck the ones that aren't continuity.
Captain America number 1 is shipping in about 3 weeks here to the store. It's in my FOC for this week. That's the current Captain America series that they're renumbering.
So they're chucking the line?
Well,
no. Captain America and Bucky gets the original number.
Okay.
Captain America and Bucky gets the original numbering, but the Captain America that what's his face, Ed Brubaker started writing, which they changed the numbering on when 600 came around, and has been in the 600s now for like the last year and a half or 2 years, is switching over to Captain America and Bucky. Okay, and we've got a new Captain America number 1 coming out from
Marvel.
From Marvel, but it's Ed Brubaker's Captain.
It's Ed Brubaker.
It's Ed Brubaker's Captain America. So yeah, Marvel, you want to get cocky about DC?
Well, no.
You got no room to talk.
Marvel never met a number 1 they didn't publish.
And there you go. Oh, but it's bad for DC, but good for Marvel.
Well, no, it's always good. Number 1s are good because number 1s sell more.
Yeah, just make every month, every issue number 1.
Well, that actually
number 1 again.
That's something some company's going to come up with at some point. Now, Uncanny's going to show a team made up of the 9 most powerful mutants around.
Yes.
And they will become, at least their goal is to be the number 1 major superhero team in the Marvel Universe.
Oh, I sense a fight with the Avengers coming up.
Well, and what's interesting is the fact that you've got Wolverine who's running his team.
Yes.
They're not saying that Cyclops is running the Uncanny team.
Is this essentially X-Force? What Wolverine's
doing? X-Force apparently is one of the main reasons that there's a breakup between the two in the first place. Now, once this breakup happens, the two teams won't be hanging out together. They won't be having coffee. They won't even be talking to each other. The next time these two teams actually get back together, it probably has a lot to do with next summer's big Marvel mega event, which will create something.
You're assuming
so
we're all
big.
going to be around next summer.
Well, you're assuming we'll be allowed. We could die tomorrow.
Oh, we may be here, but the comic book industry might not.
But the big 2012 summer event is being planned out and mapped out by Brian Bendis, and it apparently involves a threat so big that, remember those Martian tripod things that he's been hinting about for a while?
Yeah. That
the two teams, even though they can't stand each other at this point, will have to get back together to fight. And basically the whole deal is that this is a point behind Marvel making the X-Men a mainstream part of the Marvel universe.
Okay. Meanwhile, Neil Adams,
He's all over the place.
Neil Adams is going to be doing some X work, and you know what? It's not his first time on the team.
Oh no, he's been working.
Neil Adams did work on the X-Men back in the late '60s.
Yeah, he worked on the yeah. Now after he finishes up all the little details about Batman Odyssey, which will be coming back in October, even though he was basically almost done, then I guess they're having some kind of issues at DC. He's going to, of course, doing Avengers number 16, but he and Avengers Academy's Christoph Gage are doing a 5-issue Wolverine project after that. So Neil Adams is basically hanging out at Marvel. He's going to be doing most of his work for Marvel from now on. Covers, limited series, and anything that he happens to feel like doing, because he decided to go back where everyone went, hey, Neil Adams is cool.
Hey, funny story about Neil Adams working on the X-Men back in the late '60s. You know why he only worked on the X-Men for like 4 or 5 issues, and didn't do much else at Marvel outside of those X-Men for like 4 or 5 issues?
Was it a bar fight involved?
No. Stan Lee hired him because he thought his art was really cool over at DC, but when he got over to Marvel, his art wasn't nearly as cool as it was over at DC.
Exactly.
And at some point, Stan Lee said, why isn't your art as good on the X-Men as it was on some of the Batman stuff that you've done over, and Brave and the Bold stuff you did over at DC? And he said, well, Carmine laid a lot of that stuff out. At which point Stan Lee said, get out of here!
And then, I mean, Neil Adams...
And he went back to DC, and Carmine laid a lot of that stuff out.
and his DC stuff was basically single character stuff. And you had him, first thing he got over to Marvel, he was doing Avengers and X-Men. It's like team books.
Well, he did Avengers later. That one issue of the Avengers '93.
Right, which probably one.
Handful of covers on both sides of it, but that one issue of the Avengers
Which
that
everyone
he did,
knows is probably one of the best Avengers issues ever.
Probably, and it was an Ant-Man issue
right,
too on top of it.
And it was Journey to the Center of Ant-Man, which is
Vision.
Vision. Really, really cool.
That was like a fill-in thing. He dabbled with a little bit of work at Marvel in the '70s, which would have been a couple of years after the X-Men stuff, because X-Men was canceled by that point.
Yeah, X-Men had been.
And was into reprints.
Yeah, they put a bullet, and it was a reprint title.
Yeah, it was a reprint title. But anyway, we digress. In the pages of X-23, we will see who?
Laura Kinney, the genetic clone of Wolverine. She's the teenage clone of Wolverine. She's got 2 claws instead of 3.
She's the teenage. Oh, you mean X-23?
Yes, X-23. Oh. She has a real name, you know. Her parents, the beaker that's...
Logan.
Well, yeah, he's got a first name.
Loganette.
No, he's not.
Loganette.
His name's not even Logan. He's got a name. It's Edward Howlett, I believe.
Yes, okay. Why is he called Logan?
That's the name he picked.
Oh, because he pinches off Logans.
Yes, he pinches off Logans. But in the pages of
really
X-23,
big ones.
Which Marvel has
Oh, that's quite a Logan, you...
When you wipe your eyes.
Leave those Logans alone.
I cut my claws.
You may need this to wipe your butt after the Logan.
Your buttocks.
But the folks at Marvel told a writer, Marjorie Liu, she's got another year to do the book. It's selling pretty well. Her second year, the title will have Laura basically integrate with the rest of the Marvel Universe. And for all those fans who are going, is she going to hang out with the guys at NYX? Yes. At some point next year, she will meet the people for NYX.
Is she going to hang out with the losers in the NOX title that never sold?
It was cool, though.
Yeah,
it didn't sell.
Hey, it was cool. Buy more.
It's available in trade. Come pick it out. It's cool. It has the Joshua Middleton art, which is really, really nice.
And that's it. We're done. We're finished writing. We got no more X-Men news. This was an all X-Men edition of Marvel News number 82. 82. But you go to the store's website, check out all the Marvel news that this man sends me that I post up. And where's the store's website at? Sarah!
What? www.maralternateleality.com.
So go to the store's website, check out all his news, and until next time, this is Comic Book Man.
This is Laura Linney.
Laura Linney, saying bye.
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.